Dance if you wanna dance, please brother take a chance. You know they're gonna go which way they wanna go. Well, that's a different song, but it is effectively why we're here. So let's get straight to the trailer. Dance if you wanna dance. Hello, my friends, and welcome back to the Movie Monkeys Theatre. But today, is it a movie we're doing? Well, it is a movie, yes. But maybe we should be in an arena or a music venue, because this is Don't Look Back in Anger, the music movie documentary that chronicles the 2025 global tour by the legends that are Oasis. I can't wait for this. I haven't seen the teaser trailer yet, so I don't know what's going on there. I had mates that went to the concerts, both in Australia and over in the United Kingdom. I've got stories to tell about Oasis. This will probably be one of my most intimate reactions yet, with a couple of little stories about my past. So anyway, stay tuned if you want to hear my little warblings about my past. But let's get into this. I'm really looking forward to it. It is just a teaser trailer though, so let's just bear that in mind. And please remember to like and subscribe, as every little click only takes a second, massively helps the channel as we get on our road to 100 subscribers. And then we will do a big old live show where everyone can interact. Here we go. I should have gone.
I just don't see myself on stage with Liam. I just don't see it.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
The way it finished, unacceptable.
And I'm not surprised from Liam's side.
Happen, and some still aren't convinced.
It's going to be chaos.
There we go. Cinema September. Okay, so first things first, we are obviously going to get a bigger trailer than that. We may even get 2 more trailers before the time that comes out. I suspect we'll get one. What are we now? 8th of July as I record this. I reckon we'll get one in a month. It says September. We don't know when in September. I haven't checked like Box Office Mojo or anything like that. So I don't know exactly when in September it's coming out. But I would say if it's coming out towards the mid to back end of September, we might have the opportunity to get a couple of trailers. One trailer and then the old final trailer, because we didn't get any music in that. We didn't get, we got some of the crowd anticipation, all building up, waiting for the show, the drum roll there, but we didn't get any of the reactions, perhaps during the performance, the concert, after the concert, and any of the music either. So yeah, very much looking forward to this. I've actually been singing a few Oasis songs, which is why my throat is a little bit scratchy at the moment. Excuse me for that. And as I get everything ready for this video, once I've finished recording it, I will put Oasis on in here and be listening to that also. Can't wait for that. Look, this is the first time that we've done anything outside of normal movie and TV. Okay, so it's not a fictionalized film or a big Hollywood biographic. It's real people being themselves in a movie, but it is a movie, so it fits within our remit. It's the first music-related one. Okay, that's a bit different, and it's the first documentary that we've covered on here. But I had to do Oasis. Now, let me know what your thoughts are on that teaser. It doesn't give us much. Okay, so let me know in the comments what your thoughts on that teaser. I think it's okay. I think the documentary will be incredible, by the way. but I think it probably could have given a little bit more. But maybe they're still working on the edit at the moment, because I would have liked to have heard at least maybe one or two iconic lines from the same song in that, perhaps to reflect the words that both Liam and Noel, but in reverse order, it was Noel and Liam, were saying at the beginning. Now, look, as I said at the beginning, I grew up with Oasis. Not literally, I'm sorry to say, in terms of like we weren't neighbours or anything like that. But, I grew up just south of Manchester. First time I ever listened to Oasis was, I remember it specifically, we were on a school's trip. I would have been early teens, I reckon. Yeah, early teens. And we were on a school trip. We were on a big coach heading somewhere. I think we were on a ski trip, actually, so we were going skiing. And I was sitting near the back, and one of the guys sitting in the back, John, I won't mention his surname, was listening to his Sony Walkman or Discman, whatever it was at the time. And he'd obviously just, listened to enough music. I didn't know whether he was going to take a nap or whatever. And I was like, oh, what are you listening to? And he was like, oh, I'm listening to Oasis. I was like, I've never heard of him. He goes, oh, I'll have a listen. And he passed me his Walkman or Discman. And I started listening to it. And I think the song was Whatever. And just was like, whoa, this is amazing. Loved it. Kept listening to, I'm pretty sure it would have been the album at the time, which I think was probably definitely Maybe. I think that's the album. Maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. But yeah, fell in love with them there. And of course, being sort of south of Manchester, but relatively close, that sort of 15-mile proximity, or what's that in kilometres, 23 kilometres south. Everybody was pretty much obsessed with, my age, Oasis. And we loved them. And I remember when they broke up, because I think it was when they were planning a tour of the United States. Maybe they were in the United States. I haven't looked any of this up. This is all just coming from memory. And arguments ensued, and, it is what it is. But, yeah, to have thought only a few years ago that Oasis could have got back together to perform, to do a global tour. Because the question was always, can Noel and Liam be on stage together? They asked that very question at the beginning of that teaser trailer. But the second question was, even if they do, how long is it going to last? So when they announce this global tour with tickets selling out in minutes, if not seconds, it was, well, how long is it going to last? I think they kicked it off in Cardiff. Again, apologies if I'm wrong. Correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. But after every concert, it's like, well, when's it going to end? And I remember reading reviews of the concert in all these newspapers, and they were just all fantastic, 5 stars. Like, this is amazing. My mate flew over from Australia, because he lives in Australia, we've been friends for a long time, to the UK to see one of their concerts. I think he went to Wembley. And then he went to another one. He got tickets to another one in Australia. Wish I'd have gone. I know plenty of people that went, both friends that still live in the UK and people over here in Australia. I missed the boat there, but if they come back to Australia again, I will certainly be doing my damnedest to get those tickets. What are your thoughts? Are you interested in the movie? Are you going to be watching it? Has it piqued your attention enough? I think it's coming out on Disney Plus. One more story while we're here. We have been going for a while, but as I said, this would be a bit of an intimate portrait. The World Cup, the Football World Cup, is currently on in being co-hosted by Mexico, the United States, and Canada. Biggest sporting event in the world, and if you're English and you have any interest in football, you're an avid follower of the England football team whenever they're playing in a major international tournament, and there's no bigger than the World Cup. That's the same for people, boys and girls around the world, for whatever team they follow. 2002 was the World Cup and this does link to Oasis, by the way, was in Japan and South Korea, I believe. They co-hosted it. And I was still living in the UK at the time. I was still a student. I was living with one of my best mates. And we had this cool group of mates. And a lot of the games, because of the time difference, kicked off at like 6 a.m. in the morning. So England were playing, and I think it was a quarter-final game. And we all decided to go to the pub at 6 o'clock in the morning. It was only like 100 yards across the road from where we lived. Because all the pubs were allowed to open early and serve alcohol because England were playing this massive match. So we got in there, we got right in front of the big screen. We were the sort of first row. We were all having these big English breakfasts, full English breakfasts, tucking into a pint. There was a local news camera team there filming for the station, just showing how all the pubs were open and all the England fans were raring to go. Anyway, we lost that game. Devastating. So quite a number of pints of beer or ale later, we were still there. And as the broadcaster, I think it was the BBC at the time, was finishing its coverage of the match, their final few minutes after the presenter said goodbye was a highlights reel of England sort of losing, but in the World Cup, against the backdrop. And here's the link in of the Oasis song, Stop Crying Your Heart Out. And I sat there at the bar with a pint and a whiskey. Yes, it was 8 or 9 in the morning, but it was a one-off, drowning my sorrows. Now, before I came on here, I did try to find that. And I think I've been able to find it just to show you. So for those of you that have stayed on, this is a bit of a peek behind the scenes, really. Here we go. Now, if I go to this one, I'll try and bring it up for you. Right? So this is what I've been watching. Match of the Day on the BBC. Now, I'll have to be careful because this will obviously play music, the one I've just told you about, Oasis. There's Beckham.
Hold on. Don't be scared.
See what I mean? And we played that, and I just sat there nursing that drink. So Oasis, and I've only given you 2 examples. Oasis have a special, and there are many other moments where Oasis have filtered into my life. Like if you're a fan of the song Wonderwall, you've probably heard that many more times than you realise. It's been covered by loads of people. It's figured in countless shows, TV shows and movies over the years. Yeah. Michael Owen. Anyway, you're not interested in any of this stuff, but I just wanted to relate it back. And this is some of the kind of content you'll get when we're having a bit of a chat about, what we like on our live shows and all that kind of jazz. It's going to be, we get to interact, we talk movies, we can talk a little bit of music if you want, particularly music that's related to movies or television. We'll have Q&As, maybe little quizzes, so many things. So looking forward to all of that. Anyway, guys, I will leave it there. Thank you very much for joining us on Movie Monkeys for what's a bit of an intimate and extended look at Don't Look Back in Anger, the documentary movie that follows the Oasis global tour of 2025. Remember to like and subscribe, everybody, and we'll see you next time on Movie Monkeys. Peace.